They cut her hair, burned her language from her tongue, stripped her name, her stories, and her spirit, and they thought they had broken her. But Zitkála-Šá, whose name means redbird, soared anyway. She was born in 1876 on the Yankton Sioux Reservation in what is now South Dakota, the child of a Yankton Dakota mother and a white father who abandoned them. She was just 8 years old when they took her. At home, she spoke Dakota, sang Dakota, prayed Dakota. But when the missionaries came, they promised her a better life, with tales of adventure, education, and opportunity, if she left everything behind. Zitkála-Šá begged her mother to let her go. She didn't yet understand what was waiting at that boarding school in Indiana. Almost immediately, that promise shattered. They forced her into stiff uniforms, scrubbed her skin raw, banned her from speaking her own language, and they changed her name to Gertrude. And when she resisted, they would pin her down and cut off her braids, a sacred symbol in Dakota culture. She would later go on to write, "I seemed to hang in the heart of chaos." This wasn't schooling, it was erasure. But Zitkála-Šá endured, and she remembered. She didn't just master their lessons, she mastered their language, learning to write and read in English. She learned to play the violin with such skill that she toured across the country, even performing at the White House. And then, she turned their tools into weapons of her own. In her 20s, she began publishing blistering essays in English language magazines, exposing the brutal assimilation practices Native children were forced to endure. She wrote of homesickness, identity loss, and spiritual theft. She wrote of survival. Stories white America refused to see up until that point, but people listened. And she didn't stop there. Zitkála-Šá helped write the first opera ever composed by a Native American, The Sundance, blending Dakota stories with classical music to reclaim the narrative. She lobbied Congress for Native citizenship, and she co-founded the National Council of American Indians, one of the first pan-tribal political organizations led by Native people. And she testified, again and again, that Native sovereignty was not a relic of the past, but a living right. Through it all, she carried the pain of her childhood. But she made something of it. She turned grief into art, silencing into voice, erasure into permanence. Zitkála-Šá, Redbird, she soared. Not because they let her, but because they tried to stop her.